Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, January 11th, 25. I'm on my way again up to northern Indiana, northwest Indiana, to play in a benefit cornhole tournament to benefit our friend's son who's autistic and who will be going to an autistic camp this summer. And I don't know how much it costs, but can't imagine what they would have to pay for that. So that's what we're doing today. Did snow another 2, maybe 3 inches last night. I mean, it got to 2.5, and then it kind of slowed down, but it was still snowing after that. So it might have got to 3. So I haven't even checked my messages today. I haven't checked my email. I haven't even looked at my phone because I'm taking today off completely. It's just snow. It's just snow. It'll melt. Everything will be fine. It's not a permanent situation. It's temporary, and they can deal with it. I can't anymore with vendors, with homeowners, with board members who think that they should have clean, clear, dry fucking roads when it snowed almost 15 inches in 5 days. So, anyway, I'm going up north, playing this tournament. And then tomorrow I'm going to come back home. And then next weekend is my nephew's birthday. So I'll be doing that. And I didn't even look to see what if I was supposed to work on Sunday or not. Damn it. I don't know. That's gonna kind of suck. Maybe I put it in I started to put my calendar in my Google, like my personal Gmail calendar. But that way I could look at it because I have to be on their equipment to see my schedule, which to me is kind of ridiculous because literally you have to be on like their laptop that they give you, which means you have to be sitting at your house to find out what your schedule is. So to me that's kind of ridiculous that I can't like look at that outside. I might be able to go, well, let me see, where's that? Nope, it's in their program. It's not even Outlook. So I could go to Outlook after. Like I could have gone to Outlook. I could go to Outlook email outside of their laptop if their schedule would have been on there. But I didn't schedule on there either. I mean, it's like you gotta double do the shit. And I hate double doing anything. I don't want to do anything twice. I don't want to put it in 2 places. I want to put it in one place and be done with it. But so many times with both my jobs right now, it's you're putting it here, then you're putting it here, and then you're also going to email it to somebody. So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The time spent double doing stuff is ridiculous. So I need to look in my Gmail to see if I put my Sunday schedule in there, because if not, I'm screwed. I mean, I'll be leaving there early to get home early, but normally on Sundays, I schedule myself like at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning if I'm working on Sunday. But, so, I don't know what I'm going to do. Whatever. It is what it is. Like, the world's not going to end because Michelle didn't clock in at 9:30 on a Sunday when they have no customers right now. But anyways, so this is what I'm doing, and just driving 65 all the way up there. I'll get there in about 2 hours. It's 10:14 their time because we're an hour ahead. It's funny because it's Indiana, northwest Indiana is on Chicago time, Central time, daylight savings time, because it's always been daylight savings time as far as I can remember. And Indianapolis and Evansville, and some little bit parts in between, the thing goes like this, or I mean, literally the time zone is like this in Indiana. It's ridiculous. So Indianapolis is on. Indianapolis, Evansville, and Terre Haute, I believe, New Carlisle, and East are all on Eastern time, New York time. So we're always an hour ahead of them. And now always on the same time as Michigan. I don't know that Indiana lawmakers knew what the hell they were doing when they did that. They give us a bunch of bullshit. We never used to have to change our time in Indianapolis. We called it God's time because we never changed our time. And then they're like, oh, we need to change our time. Now we need to go to daylight savings time. That way Indiana is all on the same time. And kids aren't waiting at the school bus in the morning in the dark. So they do that. And we change our time. But we don't change our time the same way that Northwest Indiana did. So we should have waited until we were on the same time. And then when they sprung forward or fell back, then that's when we should have done it as well. So, but I'm kind of glad because it would have been getting dark at 4:30 in the winter, and that would have completely sucked because 5:30 is bad enough. And then it doesn't. So you come home in the dark, you go to work in the dark. So it didn't change anything. It didn't make anything better. I didn't see it make anything better. The thing I like about our time, though, is that it's 9:30 and it's still daylight in summer for about 2 weeks. So that's a good thing. But in the wintertime, I couldn't get my shit together this year when we had to change the time. I just couldn't get it together. And I never knew what time it was. I couldn't figure it out. My body was weird. Weird anyways, because I'm menopause. Even weirder now, because I can't figure out my time zones. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. And I think that was something I was going to say to you guys that happened, but I cannot remember now what it was. But I'm worried, I'm just worried about this new position and what it is that I'm going to have to be doing. And I already feel like the boss is taking advantage of having 2 people under him and pushing on some work on us that he should be doing. And I don't know that he looks at anything. Like, I don't know that he looks at any kind. He might be on Facebook, but I don't know about anything else. But if he's going to start that, it's going to be a battle, and he's not going to like it because I'm a fighter, and I just don't hold shit back. So he just better watch himself because I'm not afraid to take his job. I'm going to say I'm going to have his job in about a year. If I'm still in Indiana and working for this company, I'm going to have his job in a year. But anyway, so it's boring. My radio's not working in my Jeep. I don't know what happened. One day, it just went out. And I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Why do I have no radio? So I'm messing with the buttons and pushing shit and trying to get it to come back on. It don't come back on. I'm like, whatever. Driving down the road, like a half hour later, it comes on for no reason. Like, it just comes on. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it must be a wire then. I put a CD in, I can play that fine. All the speakers are fine. Everything's fine. So it's got to be the damn antenna wire not connecting. And, which is, I don't know. What do you do? Do you change that? Or do you buy a whole new fucking radio and update your system? Because I'm stuck in back. I got AM, I got FM, AM, one CD slot. I'm like stuck back in, I don't know what this would be like 19. When did CDs come out? 95? 90-ish? 90 something? I don't know, maybe before that. But yeah, that's where I'm stuck back in the 90s. My Jeep is a 2014, which is now 10 years old. But it's just bare bones, baby. There ain't nothing special. It's got 4-wheel drive and that's it. Cruise and that stupid ass, ancient radio. still costs $26,000. Which is, I don't know. It is what it is, right? Who cares? One more payment left, baby, and I'm done. I'm done. So, anyway, here we go. Notice that I say anyway a lot. And I think it's because I changed my subjects. I can go from one thing to another and then back to that other thing. But I need to stop saying that. So a good way, ladies and gentlemen, to be a better public speaker is to record yourself. Record yourself. Because I say that a lot too, because then you can see the little quirks you have. That you, when you're watching somebody, you notice whatever they have, but you don't notice what you have because you're just doing your thing. So, good way, record yourself, and number 2 is believe in what you're talking about. You know, believe in what you're talking about. For me, like, I'm not a bullshitter. I can't fluff the truth. I can't fluff it. I can't make anything look pretty when it's not. I'm not a, I don't soften up. I'm not a sweet talker. It's very difficult. I have to think very hard. I have to, use Chat GPT a lot so I cannot sound like I'm a bitch. And so, as I've been recording myself with these videos, I've realized some things. So, I need to work on those so I can be a better public speaker. Because in this job that I have now, this position, I'm going to have to be talking to people in a group setting. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. No more anyway. Reduce the amount of becauses. Figure out different words to use there. I've already, because I used to do recruiting for Bowerix Hair Care when Bowerix Hair Care was still a company. They are. I don't know if there's even any left, but Regis Corporation bought them, or us, when I worked there. And then they closed all the stores in Indiana. So, well, they might have 10 out of, like, they had 50 or 60. So, Regis bought us, closed all of our stores, let go of a lot of people, told me to leave my car in the driveway. Leave your car in the driveway, we'll come get it. I was supervisor. They closed all my stores in Indianapolis after they begged me to go there. Well, it's a different company. Begged me to go to Indianapolis to save those stores, which there was a lot of theft. But they said, leave your car in your driveway, because they give us company vehicles, and we'll come get it. Okay. Thanks a lot. On a holiday weekend, I get an email. Yeah. 4th of July weekend, I get an email that says, by the way, your position is no longer needed. Well, of course it's not. We don't have any fucking stores left in Indiana for me to supervise. So, of course it's not needed. But I thought maybe we would get an opportunity to go somewhere else. But whatever. So, then, 2 weeks go by, so I'm coming getting this car. I'm already disgruntled because you let me go this kind of way. And then you're going to make me house this car for 2 weeks? So I sent him an email and I said, look, one more day, I'll leave this car in the driveway. One more day. You don't come get it by tomorrow at 5. It's going in the street with the key in it. I no longer want to be responsible for this vehicle. So they came and got it right away. They were there to get it. So, and then they kept saving me POS material. So one day I called them and I just cussed them out. I'm like, look, you guys got to get your shit straight. Number one, you let me go in a fucking email. Number two, you left the damn car in my driveway for 2 weeks and didn't come get it. Making me come home after my new job every day, looking at this fucking car in my driveway. And now you're sending me POS shit like I'm still working for you? And this is your point of sale materials that you need to get up? I'm about ready to sue you. Because now this has become a situation. So and then after that I didn't get anything. If I was given the benefit, I could have probably just sued him. Right then and there. Took him to court for whatever, I don't know. Anguish, I don't even know what it would have been. But I think I would have had a case. So, yeah. I used to say a lot. Like when you're thinking, like your next sentence, and then you go into it, you're like, and. No, I don't do that anymore. I can't even stand it when people do it. Like, I gotta plug my ears. Because I'll be like, say a lot. Not even nice about it. Not even nice about it. But, yeah, so. On our way up north. Hopefully I can get there in a good amount of time. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people at this thing because, like I said before, I did this, what do you call it, GoFundMe page, and everybody I sent it to, they're like, oh, we'll see you there. Oh, we'll see you there. So I'm like, okay, fine. Not $1 in it yet. And so I'm going to try to get there early to get a seat, a table. Because what I'm not going to do for another fucking Sunday is stand for 10 hours and really have no real place to sit. I'm very picky about that. Like, this is my spot. Don't take it. I'll be back. My chair. I don't even want to sit in a chair unless I have a table in front of me. I just don't want to do that. And if I'm at a bar, I'd rather stand, but I want the chair there in case I want to sit too. So we'll see what happens. I try to get there early. Like I said, well, it's 10:30 their time. Well, 10:26. And so I should get there about noon, hopefully. And then we're just going to have to go because they start taking money at 1. I want to make sure I get there in time to get a little seat. And also, supposed to be taking some food. A snack. I did bring the fudge. Forgot it last weekend, the peanut butter fudge. Remember that story? Yep, still got some. Still delivering it to people. Yes, this is my life. And so, I got a container of it and extra in a baggie. So I think maybe I'll just give my cousin the baggie and say here. Because, let's be honest, how much fudge can you actually eat? I could have one piece, two pieces in a Christmas time, the holiday season, the whole 2 weeks of whatever, Christmas and New Year's and all that, I could do about 2 pieces. Then I'm done. But when I make it, I scrape the bowl. Don't think I don't do that. That shit's good. So hopefully, I can give her the baggie and take the little container that has a bunch of fudge in it for a snack. And then, what's going to happen is, who made that fudge? Who made that fudge? Oh, it's Michelle's fudge? Oh, well, I'm going to have some more of that. And then here we go. I need to market that shit, really. People make fudge. There's several different ways you can make fudge. Just looking at my nails. Look like shit. And there's several different, oh, there goes an but there's several different ways you can make a fudge. You can cook it, like cook it, or microwave it. Who does that? Marshmallow fudge, like, there's another way you can do it where you're not really putting all the ingredients in it. I don't know, I saw it once, I was like, that's not fudge. But I learned this recipe from my dad way back when I was like 19. He uses real marshmallows, like he would use marshmallows. Maybe one day I'll try that. But I use the marshmallow cream because it's just so much easier. It melts quicker because it's already kind of melted, It's already like a cream. So, but the marshmallows, your arms fall off stirring that shit, waiting for them all to melt. So, this cough, this fucking cough, I swear to God, I can't get my system, my house is dry still. I did put my humidifier in there, and I have been using it, but goddamn winter outside. And it's been 12 degrees every day for 2.5, 3 weeks now. Gets up to like 30, maybe 30. That's all, probably not even that. Maybe 28 during the day. Goes down to whatever at night. I got my heat still on 67. Like I haven't turned it up to 70 anything. Still on 67 because it literally doesn't shut off. I need to get new windows. If I got new windows, it'd probably be a whole different story in this house. But yeah, so I need to work on that maybe this summer. Get some new windows, replacement windows. I really don't want to get rid of mine because they're the rope window, old ass rope window, and they all worked when the inspection was done on the house. And I think they might have had about 2 or 3 up and downs in them, and then that was it. They all quit working. The bad thing about these rope windows is when they don't work is you can't really get the window effing open. And then when you get it open, it doesn't stay open by itself. You gotta put something underneath it because the rope's not there to hold it. I don't even really know how they work, but these are not working anymore. Some of them, I don't know how. I followed the dude around the house when he did the inspection, and I watched him open every window. But then when I went to open the windows, I couldn't get them open. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? So some windows I can open, some I can't. Thank God my doors are they were almost brand new when I bought the house, maybe a couple years old. But they all have the screen, like on the screen door, which I really love. They have the roller thing where you can open the window and there's still a screen there. That's awesome. So we're gonna do that this summer, hopefully. Got my shit together here. If I can actually stay working, because I've been trying to take some days off at my night job, the tax job, because I'm literally tired of sitting there doing nothing. You can only put together so many mini verses before you're like, okay, I got them all. So I'm tired of that. People are just fine. Look, that guy's from Georgia. From Georgia in Indiana, a snowstorm. Does Georgia get snow, I wonder? I don't know. I know that Oklahoma got snow. This last time my aunt lives in Oklahoma, just before we got these last 2-3 inches, she was getting it in Oklahoma. Why you would want to move there? Crazy weather. I thought Indiana had crazy weather. Oklahoma's got some fucking crazy weather. Because it could go from bright and sunny to snowing. Like that in Oklahoma. And they don't have the equipment still to take care of that shit. So, it's just a city down. It still kind of does in Indianapolis, even though we're in Indiana, we get snow all the time. I don't know. Makes no sense. So anyways, here we go. So anyways, we should count how many times I say that, just so I know. And then the Starbucks. I was just looking because there's a Starbucks right there. My little town of Beech Grove. My little town of Beech Grove. Look at the hair all over me. Crazy. Has 4 of them. There's one, let's see, there's one, there was 5, but they closed. You know, when the whole, who was it? Is it Biden's plan? What was it called? I don't think it wasn't during COVID. It was before COVID. When they had the whole plan that you could, it was just businesses though. They would give you a big, like money grant to open all these locations. Then you had to keep them open, I think, a year. And then you could, not really, the plan was to keep them open. Oh, urban. It was the urban investment plan. And so they went to urban areas. They opened all these Starbuckses. And as soon as the deal was done, I believe, as soon as they were allowed to keep their money, because they hired urban workers, they're like, we have too many people on unemployment that live in inner city, blah, 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 we need this in here. Well, I don't know about your all's inner city, but my inner city is going to shit. And homeless everywhere. It's ridiculous. And so, you're going to put a Starbucks in the middle of that bullshit? That person that lives down the street from that Starbucks cannot afford a damn Starbucks. Oh, they're supposed to work there. Okay, well, this person don't want to work either. This homeless person, you're not going to hire them because they don't have a house, number one. They don't have an address that they can put down, which is opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. And I understand, because God forbid you hire a homeless person, they come in there stinking. Whew, I've had that before. Well, we didn't hire a homeless person, but almost homeless. But he just didn't shower. It was bad. It was bad. So I just sat him down and talked to him about it. I'll tell you that story here in a minute. But so he they open all these Starbucks. They get their grant money to do this. They hire all these urban workers, supposedly. They can't maintain because nobody can afford a Starbucks at 10th and Linwood in Indianapolis. I'm pretty sure that these people that live in that little area were like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like, oh, a Starbucks. Oh, a coffee's $10? No, because I would like to eat today too. So, ain't buying that. The only reason I said 10th and Linwood is because I had a Bowericks when I first moved to Indianapolis to take care of all these Bowericks that were, had massive theft in them. I am doing 80 mile an hour, and these people are flying by me like I'm just sitting still. This is absolutely insane. So we had a Bowericks there, and we moved it up from where it was. Maybe we moved it back, actually. So we were up by the street in a little plaza, and then there's a plaza behind us that had a Kroger, grocery, and like a dollar store, probably, Sally's Beauty, because they used to be everywhere, and some other little, a little plaza had little stores in it. Yeah, because the store, the place we had up front, the part, because it was Payless Shoe Store was not right next to us, and then us, and the location was too big, so there was no reason to have all this space when we didn't really do that much business there. So we moved it back to a smaller spot, and it worked out better, actually. It worked out way better. And then that was when the tourist tax on that was when 9/11 happened, because I walked there, I was driving there, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't have any idea. So I was driving there, and all these gas stations were piling up with people, and I'm like, well, that's not, why are they even in line there? There's not even a sale on the gas. I don't understand. So then all of a sudden it came over the radio, what was going on. I was like, holy shit. So when I got to my location there at 10th and Linwood, I turned their little TV on that they had, which they're not supposed to have, but they did. Oh, you're not going to let me in? I'm not getting in anyways, because I got to get over the lane ends, asshole. So they turned their little TV on, and we watched the second plane hit the tower, and I'm like, I wasn't even there in New York, and I was dumbfounded. Felt like I was in a dream. I was like, what is this really happening right now? What the hell is going on here? And then all that dust and whatever from the towers collapsing, people running. It was all you could see was their eyeballs and their lips. And it was frightening for me. And I wasn't even in New York. Didn't know anybody that was there. Don't have family that live in New York in that area, at all that I know of. And so it didn't affect me personally, but it affected me. And now I can't imagine how those people that live there felt. Like, I can't imagine. If anybody did live there during that time, put a little post or something. Let me know. That would be a day we never forget. There's some things you never forget. Never forget, like the landing on the moon. I'm pretty sure I don't even know what year that was. I think it was 52 or 53, or maybe I'm way off on that, but I have to look that up. You go through school, I'm old, okay? I forget shit. I don't pay attention to dates. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't pay attention to dates. I can't tell you exactly when things happen, but I can tell you where I was at, what I was doing, and how old I was. But so then, if I do the math, I could probably figure out actually the date. But anyway, so there goes. But anyway, so 10th and Linwood, we had Bower's there, and then go full circle. I'm working for Liberty Tax Service, and they put a Liberty Tax Service like the second franchise on, in Indianapolis. 1, 2, 3. There might have been 3 franchise owners in Indianapolis. One of them put location at 10th and Linwood. I told them that I thought it would be an excellent location because it's a tax service, specialized in early filing. Generally, those kind of offices do. Our office did everything because we had the skill set to be able to do everything. So we never slowed down all year, all season long. And so generally the people that come to file their taxes at a tax office are looking for the refund, like the early refund, the anticipation loan. And and people who are looking for that generally are the ones who are getting the highest earned income credit, which means they're moderately incomed at $25,000 to $35,000 and have a couple, 3 kids, where they're getting $8,000 to $10,000 refunds. Those are the people that come to get those mostly. I'm gonna say, but yeah, almost every single one. So that would have been a good area because we're right in the smack dab middle of our market, literally. Why we couldn't make that office work? Why? And then why the second time it opened with a different franchise owner, it didn't really work either? I have no idea. I don't know what happened there. If I would have managed that location, if I could have been in it every single day, I probably could have got it going. I probably could have got it at 1,100, 1,500 returns, just from January 15th to February 15th. I'm sure I could have. Well, then another thing with them is that they didn't ever market anybody. Like Liberty, we were a whole franchise, and we never got any marketing. Like, no, there was a little ad on the radio, but I don't even know what channel it was on because it wasn't on any of the ones that I was listening to. No commercials. Here, have a franchise. Spend all your dollars that you've been saving your whole life. your 401k, your $50,000. Take $50,000 out of your 401k and open this location because that's what you needed to open one location to start. Oh, and then we'll borrow you the money. We'll loan you payroll until you can start making money. Probably not supposed to be saying that. Might be a proprietary thing. Maybe not, because I'm sure a lot of franchises do that. I'm sure a lot of franchises do that. If their owner, the owner of the franchise, can't fund themselves. Except for maybe our franchise might have been different. Because we did have, there was franchise and there was also, what was that? Also, company-owned locations. So, by the way, none of my locations were any of the ones that were doing bad shit. Not while I was running them. I'll do what I did in Wilricks, and I'll walk at the location, and as you walk in, I'll tell you get your stuff and leave. You no longer have a job here. None of them asked me why either. Not one of them asked me why. What do you mean we don't have a job? They knew. They were stealing. I didn't have to tell them. They got the shit and left. That's what I would have done at Liberty if that would have been the same situation. Because we checked all the returns. So I would know if somebody's cheating somebody. Or trying to put shit in there that didn't belong. We had one guy that worked for us that could be swayed by certain people to add on some expenses to their Schedule C that they really didn't have, so that way they could pay a lower in self-employment tax and federal tax, state, whatever. And when this person got sick and couldn't really come to work, and I was taking over some of his returns, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. They're like, well, maybe we'll just go file somewhere else. I said, maybe I think that's probably a good idea. That's a good idea. Because we're not doing that here. Not doing it here. You ain't got the receipt. You ain't got the papers that back it up. I ain't putting it on the return. And please don't ask me to take off of what was last year. What in the world even makes you think that any expense you used last year can be used again this year? Or the numbers can be used. And don't tell me about something that you don't want on the return. Because now it has to go on there. Because if I know about it, I have to put it on there. Sometimes I would go, la 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 la. And they'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, don't tell me that. You tell me that, I got to put it on the return. I'd be like, oh. I'm going to ask the questions I need to ask, but now that I know there's that, now I have to ask you questions. I'm not trying to cheat. I'm not trying to let you cheat. I'm trying to follow the rules. The rules is, if I know about it, it has to go on the return. If you have it, it go on the return. But that's up to you to tell me. It's up to me to ask the questions to make sure I get all the answers, all the expenses, all the income. I tell people, bring in a profit and loss statement. Some don't even know what that is. I'm like, write down your income, where it came from, have a little bit of backup on that, write down your expenses with some receipts. Bring that in. And then so I say, do you have anything else? Is there anything else that you don't want to put in here that maybe you forgot to bring me right now? And all they have to do is say no. The semi. It's literally in my lane. Come on. Get in your own fucking lane, asshole. I'm right here and on the side that you are on. So the whole rule is you're not supposed to pass the semi on their passenger side. So that way, because they can't see you, right? I'm on the driver's side of his. I'm on his driver's side passing him, and he's coming over into my lane. I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to switch lanes or what. But he's staying in that lane now, so. Anyway. But yeah, so that's how taxes go. Especially self-employment. W-2s are easy. Bring me your W-2. That's all I need. Bring me your W-2 and your information. So what we do is we have to fill out a form. Well, when I worked at a location, well, even now, they fill it out online. And they put in their kids' names, birth dates, social security numbers. Then they want to try to upload them. I'm like, nope, take that away. Delete that out of there. I can't delete it out there. You can delete it out of there, though. If you want to delete it out of there, I don't need copies of anything. Because the rule is, with the IRS, you copy one, you copy all. So if you copy one social security card, now you have to copy everybody's social security card. And, by the way, you should be keeping that shit anyway. Because it's their job as taxpayers to prove to the IRS that they can claim that child. Now, it's my job as a taxpayer to make sure that they're supposed to be claiming that child and that somebody else shouldn't be claiming that. Because we all know how much cheating that was happening. Oh, let me claim this kid because nobody else will be, but I didn't really support it. But I want the earned income credit. I want the child tax credit. I want the additional child tax credit. So let me go ahead and claim this kid so I can get all those credits. But he didn't do a damn thing for the kid. One thing I hate the most, and I will fight tooth and nail, and I've been to the IRS fighting for people about it, is somebody who claims a child, parent, who claims a child that they didn't support. And they're like, well, my divorce decree says that every other year I get to claim the kid. And I said, did you support that kid? Did you support that kid? Did you provide for their support? Did you buy them food? Did you buy them clothes? Did you house them? Did you feed them? Did you do everything it took? Did they actually live in your house? Because too many times, the divorce decree says one thing and these people are doing something else. Or one of them walk away and they never go back to court to change it. So they continuously try to claim the child. No sir, not happening. So the person that really supports that child, who's now getting screwed, I say, I want you to bring me everything. Go to the school right now, get the records of the school, because I'm pretty sure that the other person isn't on the school records as a person of contact. Go to school, get those records. We need those records. Anything that you do for the child, you need to write down. Get a calendar, start writing shit down. Go to the doctor. Doctor has records of who's the person, the guardian for this child. We're going to fight it. Now, it's up to the taxpayer whether or not they want to fight it. It was up to them. Not up to me. Not up to me, because all I can do is tell you that I'm going to help you and that I'm going to see it through to the end. We're going to fight as hard as we can. If I feel like you're not going to get your refund, then I'm just going to tell you, look, this might not happen. You will still want to do it. But if I'm positive that we can make this work and you can get your refund and probably then go back 2 or 3 years and get those refunds as well, then we'll do it. Because what happens is you will have to file a paper return. Because we have to mail everything in. We have to Tell the IRS, look. Sorry, I'm trying to get my charger out of my bag here. I don't know where. Here we go. Nope, those are the glasses that I now took out of the case because the case don't fit shiny anymore. Because we're gonna have to mail this, especially if they've already claimed the child. And that's usually when you find out that this all has been happening, is because the IRS kicks back the return, rejects it, says somebody else has already claimed this child as dependent on the return, so you can't. So that's when you know. Then you say to them, well, do you think their other parent claimed them? Oh no, they told me they didn't. I go, yeah, I'm sure they did. Well, they told me they didn't. And I said, well, I'm telling you right now, the IRS says they did. Or somebody did. Probably them. Sorry, I'm trying to plug my phone in. Probably them. Because who else would? Who else has the information they need to be able to claim that child on their return? Unless it's identity theft, which is not possible. The other parent claimed the child. And I don't care what they say. So, in order to counteract that, we have to mail in your return with your documentation that says you should have claimed that child, and then we wait 16 to 18 weeks. We wait. Because what's going to happen is now the IRS is going to send a notice to the other parent to say, hey, by the way, we have records in our office now that says that you did not support this child. Please provide documentation that you supported this child. They give them like a month to do that. They can't provide that, which they generally cannot because they did not. Then the refund, they get that. So the IRS then takes that dependent off their return, takes away all the credits and the benefits they were getting for that dependent, puts it on the other person's return, sends them their refund, sends a letter to the other person and says, by the way, now that you have frauded the system and you have claimed a child that you did not support, you're on the list. You are on the list. And now every time you file a return and you're receiving any kind of medical credit, I don't care if it's for this child or other children, you're going to have to answer this question. Has any refund been denied or something? I can't remember what it says. Yes. You have to answer yes to that. And when you answer yes to that, another form pops up and you got to fill that form out. Tell the IRS why. And depending on the situation, you could have to do that for 2 years, or you could have to do that for 10 years. It's between 2 and 10 years. And then, if it's severe enough, if there's enough fraud, then you are red flagged with the IRS, and every return that you submit gets audited. Yep. The bad thing about that is you get your refund not even knowing it. You get your refund not even knowing it, and then all of a sudden, after the IRS actually completes the processing of the return, which could take up to 2 years, you get a letter in the mail that says, by the way, we understand we refunded you this amount of money, but we're not so sure that you should have gotten it. So now you need to send us documentations for these items. Or what the IRS has been doing is actually changing your refund and asking for money back. Or changing your return. Telling you how they changed it and then asking you for money back. That's how they're doing it. And then they call it, you owe us this much money. because we don't believe that you had this situation. Because 2 years ago, you lied to us. And you committed fraud. And, by God, thank God you're not in jail. Tax evasion. Not the same as tax evasion, but about the same. So, if I put something on a return as a preparer, and I know, or have any inkling that it's false, then I am in trouble too. And so what you're not going to do as a taxpayer is take away my ability to make money and to do my job. So you can get as mad at me as you want. You can call me names. You can cuss at me. I don't care. I don't care. Because the only reason you're doing that is because you know you're committing fraud and because I won't let you. And so you know what? You can go down the street. You can go online to another program. Did I ever tell you guys I'm a rule follower? Yep. I'm a rule follower. I cannot cheat on anything. I cannot tell somebody I did something that I didn't do. I cannot lie to anybody's face. You ask me a question, the truth is coming out. I could have a big old lie planned up in my head. Then when you ask me a question, nope, it's that. Truth's coming out. I can't lie. I can't lie. I don't know. I can't. Not even a little white lie. Not even a little white lie. I can't do it. I can't call off of work unless I'm sick. I can't take a sick day if I'm not really sick. I can't do it. So I'm a rule follower, and because of that, everybody around me has to follow the rules. And if they don't, I get pissed the fuck off. Angry. I get angry. Aggravates the shit out of me. My sister always said, what do you care? It ain't your life. I'm like, they're cheating the fucking government. They're cheating the system. I'm fucking turning their ass in. I'm turning them in. Because I can't do that. What makes them... Why should they be able to do it? Oh, I'm an arc, I guess. But no, I've had to learn to turn the other cheek. And how I do that is, as soon as they start telling me, I don't listen. I walk away. Sorry, not interested. Not interested, don't care. Boo! Bad story, don't want to hear it. Bad story. Yeah. I say that to somebody sometimes when I don't even care what they're talking about. So I don't care what you're talking about. Boo. But I'm not, I'm really good about not hearing people too. Sitting right there, looking straight at you, not listening to a damn thing you're saying. I was going to tell my sister, can you start over? But you weren't listening again? Well, you were looking straight at me. I know, but I didn't listen to you. Oh, I heard you were talking, yeah. I could hear that. Didn't listen to a damn word you were saying, though. So, again, we're almost where the camper is. And I don't know if I'm going to have time Sunday. Like I said, I need to see if I have that calendar on my Gmail. But if I don't work Sunday, then I will stop by. Then I will stop by here on the way home, and we can take a peek at it, get some eyeballs on it. So I like to try to make a trip out once or twice in winter, just make sure everything's fine. I mean, you don't leave anything there but your camper, but I left I don't really go that way. I guess I gotta, oh my God, people are going so slow. And I hate being behind semis because they throw shit up at you. You're using too much of your windshield wiper fluid. like I've been doing every 2 seconds. And then, like I said before, the shit freezes. Because I don't know, it's 31 degrees outside, but it freezes on your windshield as soon as you splash it up on there. Alright, so now we're going to get over to the middle lane because this lane's going to end again. So every time we get into a bigger city, or into a city-ish area, they add another lane on to 65. And then when you go past it, the lane ends, you got to get back over it. Which is okay. Now, 2 lanes on 65 is fine. Except for when you're getting into the city, especially Indianapolis. I need 5 lanes. It's too crowded, too much traffic, too many people on the road. All of that in Indianapolis. And then Northwest Indiana, same way. Traffic. Let's use the cruise because my leg is tired. My foot, in a Jeep, I could barely reach the gas and brake pedal. Well, I can reach the brake pedal fine because it's way up here. The gas pedal's way down there. So I gotta put my seat back a little bit so I'm not slamming on the brakes every time I brake. But then I can't barely reach the gas pedal. So my leg muscle is like compressed the whole time, or what do you call that when you use it? Because I'm tippy-toeing it to the gas pedal, and it hurts my leg muscle. I tried to relax it when I realize that it's when it's doing that, when I'm doing that, but sometimes I don't notice it, and then my muscle starts hurting my leg. So we're on cruise now at 80 miles an hour. And there's snow all over the ground here too. I mean, there was snow last weekend also. Because it didn't start snowing until Sunday last week. But in this area, which was very weird, Indianapolis had no snow. Between Indianapolis and Northwest Indiana, in an area, had snow on the ground, which was weird to me. To go in between. Then we get Northern Indiana, they have no snow. Michigan had no snow up until, I think they have it now. I think Michigan's got snow now. So, I'm going to eat my little honey bun. I don't think you guys want to watch me do that. So we'll get back on later and do a little video. I haven't talked with you then.